Hey guys, what's up? It's Apple Critics from AppleCritics.com. In this video, I'm going to be unboxing the brand new Apple HomePod. Now, if you don't know what the Apple HomePod is it's Apple's first speaker that includes Siri in it, and it has very good ratings on it, and it's basically what the AirPods are to headphones, that is what the HomePod is to a speaker. So that's my best analogy. Now, I got the Apple HomePod in space gray because based on the pictures and videos I've seen of it, I feel like the space gray looks the best. Now, it has a really good design, and I'm really excited to get this HomePod opened. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open up this Apple HomePod. So now you can see there's a picture of the HomePod at the top, and then at the bottom right here, and then on the side you're going to see that there's an Apple logo, and then another Apple logo. So you can go ahead and remove that shrink wrap. So now once you have the shrink wrap removed, we can go ahead and open up this Apple HomePod. So there is the Apple HomePod at the top, and you can see this is what the box looks like inside of it, so there's not too much to it. So we can go ahead and dive in deeper to the HomePod. So we have the HomePod right here, and I could palm it in my hand, and then we have the basic AC adapter for it, so you can see that it has a really nice cord, and I hope they use this material on the MacBook Pro chargers in the future. So what we can do is just go ahead and open this part up, and then you can see we have the cable at the bottom now, and then we can go ahead and take it out of the box and see what we have left in the box. So at the bottom of the box it says designed by Apple in California. And now you can see if you have any Apple stickers or anything like that. So I could see that we do have an Apple sticker right at the back. So just one Apple sticker. So that's better than nothing. So now we can take an in-depth look of the design of the Apple HomePod. So this was supposed to be a display. It was leaked in the source code, but it's no longer a display. You could just use it just to put volume up and volume down. So it's supposed to be much cooler, but this is what we have. So you can see the design has a bunch of speakers around it. It feels really good in the hand, and it has kind of like an awkward design. It's not too tall, but it's not too wide either. So you can see that this is the design of the Apple HomePod. So you could easily peel this up. And now you can see we have the top of the Apple HomePod. So let's go ahead and plug it in. So now if we take a look at it, you can see that the top of the Apple HomePod is flashing. So now what we can go ahead and do is set up the Apple HomePod. So what I can do is go ahead and unlock my phone. And now you're going to see that it'll say HomePod and setup. So you have to be on iOS 11.2.5 or later for this to work. So I am on 11.4.1, so it will work. So all I have to do is press setup. And then I can turn on two-factor authentication to set up for the HomePod. So now it's asking where is the HomePod, so it's in my bedroom, so I could hit continue. And now I can enable personal requests, so I could press that. And now I can say, hey Siri, and now I can transfer the settings to the HomePod. So now you can see my Apple HomePod is officially set up, so now it's telling me what to ask it. So let's ask that phrase, hey Siri, what can you do?
I can do lots of things, like turn on the lights, give you a news update, and tell you about the weather. Now you try. Say, hey Siri, play some music.
Hey Siri, play some music.
Okay, here's a personal radio station built just for you, starting with gigs. Remember, anytime you have a question, just say, hey Siri.
So you can see that we had the volume buttons at the top, so they're touchscreen buttons. And you can see that when we ask Siri, hey Siri, you're going to see that it has a nice glowing animation at the top. So now what we can do is play a song. So let's say, for example, we play some Travis Scott. And let's say, for example, we play Stargazing. And now you can see this is what it says right at the bottom. So you're going to see that it'll say iPhone is connected to the bedroom HomePod. And I could tap on this and then it's going to show the HomePod icon right there. So you can see that it does work. And this HomePod sounds really, really good. So I could play another song. So let's say, for example, we play Stronger by Kanye West. So we could go ahead and search for that and then we can play it.
Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger. That don't kill me, can only make us stronger. I need
Now the overall HomePod sounds really, really good and it fits the room that you're playing it in. So the speakers will adjust. It has some great technology to it. Now it has a great design as well. And even when you're playing music really loud, when you say the catchphrase, hey, and then Siri, it will definitely recognize your voice no matter how loud that music is playing. So overall, the first impressions of the HomePod is that it's very impressive. I look forward to giving a more in-depth review of it. And so far, I'm very impressed with the Apple HomePod. So thanks for watching this video on the Apple HomePod. Please be sure to subscribe, like this video. Please smash that like button down below so you know you watched. Also be sure to check out all the other videos on my channel. And also be sure to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/AppleCritics, and check out applecritics.com for much more. And thanks for watching.